The possibility of another recession can be stressful, but lessons from the past can help us weather future financial storms. And here to help with that is Jack Biggs with Desert Financial Credit Union. Well, Jack, thanks for being here with us. So this is something that's kind of a stressful topic for a lot of people. I know for me, we were just talking about when I first saw this, I was like, oh no, are we really going into a recession? Is that something you truly predict coming up here soon?
Well, I mean, we've got a lot of negative headlines right now. And probably the most highly visible one is about inflation.
Gotcha.
And I mean, everybody's feeling it too, right? Whether you're going to the grocery store or gas station or wherever you're shopping. Your dollar's just not going as far as it used to.
Very true. And even though that is kind of a scary reality, there are things that we can do. And so I know we talked about these 4 main points that kind of came out of the Great Recession from 2008. So the first one that you had on your list was an emergency fund. So this is a great thing to have in place, I would say probably at all times. But what is something going into a recession? What's a number that we can kind of aim for in an emergency fund?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be specific to individuals. But when you think about the emergency fund, those things happen. These expenses happen when you least expect them.
Yeah.
Right. Whether it's a car, or home, or a medical bill, or heaven forbid you lose a job. So really, it's that emergency fund that's going to get you through these unforeseen times.
Gotcha. So we could maybe guesstimate like a couple months worth of income or something
Absolutely.
like that. Okay,
Absolutely.
that's cool. And just really quickly, another thing on that, would you keep that in a savings account? Would you keep it in an IRA? What would you say on something like that?
Yeah, I mean, you need to, I would balance. One is you have to have access to your funds. But also, in today's interest environment, you need to make sure you're earning a good rate of return on it as well. And, the financial institution, checking, savings, money market fund would be best for that.
Gotcha. So the second point is financial literacy. So just making sure you're aware, just kind of knowing as much information. So where would you say someone should go to kind of get that information?
Yeah, so that's the nice thing. Coming out of the Great Recession, there's more avenues to get that information, whether it's, personal financial books, Desert Financial's website. We have a news and knowledge center.
Okay.
Financial podcasts, and then ultimately, if you're not comfortable with that, go into a financial institution. There's a ton of people there that would help you.
And just talk to somebody, just ask them. Yeah, I love that. So you also talk about anticipating change. So what do you mean by that? Change in what way?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is, if you think about the Great Recession or even the recession that we had from COVID, they were both totally different.
Yeah.
If you think about how the stock market performed, the Great Recession was really bad. COVID, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we have to stay informed and talk to those people that we trust, whether it's a financial professional or somebody that knows you, and we just want to make sure you're fully vetting all decisions so that you're not going to regret them in the long term.
All right. So really being informed, having good people on your team. I love that. And then we also have to know that these things are not going to be forever, right? I mean, no recession is going to last forever. So in your opinion, going into what could potentially be a recession, what would you say timeline-wise we should look out for?
Yeah, I mean, typically a recession lasts about 18 months.
Okay.
But again, if you compare and contrast the Great Recession with COVID, the Great Recession lasted about that 18 months.
Yeah.
If you blinked, you missed the COVID recession.
Yeah, truly.
So I think it's just more of, it's that mindset.
Gotcha.
This isn't going to last forever.
Yeah, and that's great. Everything is a season. So yeah, getting the information, staying aware, and then being aware that it's gonna pass. Right. Everything's a season. So you mentioned your guys' website, the Desert Financial website. Tell everybody where they can find all that great information on your website there.
Yeah, so on our website, go to the News and Knowledge Center, and there's a laundry list of financial topics there that you can research and that'll get you started.
There you go. I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jack.